Charles Soule and Andreas Janolid go on the run as the Imperial family who escaped the second Death Star try and get in contact with the Rebellion, but the wrath of the Empire quickly catches up to them. Charles Soule continues his great story arc focusing on some heroes other than Luke, Leia, Lando, or Chewie, continuing the tension-filled story of Melton and Bev and their family as they try and escape the Empire and get their important information to the Rebellion. With Andor recently exploring the more espionage and political side of things, I like that Soule is dipping his toes into that water here, going through the motions of how someone from the Empire can defect to the Rebellion, and how many hoops they kind of have to jump through, and how the Rebellion kind of has to deal with people just saying that they're from the Empire, and it could be a trap, it could just be people messing around, they don't really know if one's real or one's not. And I like that we got to see that and see officers passing all of this communication up the chain of command until it kind of gets lost in the shuffle of everything. Soule also writes a good family dynamic between Melton and his wife and kids, dodging many of the tropes that come with a fleeing family, like them getting separated, kids getting kidnapped or getting in danger, and them crashing on Coruscant adds a great ticking clock tension element to the storyline with who's going to find them first, the Empire or the Rebellion. Andreas Janolid continues to add some great detail to Soule's storyline, keeping the tension building throughout the issue as well as making characters talking with one another and sharing exposition really fun to read, and they broke it up with some really great small pieces of action that gave the plot a good flow. Star Wars issue 27 continues the focus on some extremely important new characters, diving deeper into the espionage and deception that comes with working with both the Empire and the Rebellion. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10. Star Wars issue 27 finds Melton and Beverlyn escaping the second Death Star with their children aboard an Imperial shuttle. Melton assures his wife that security teams shouldn't find them since the shuttle was cleared to leave the station already and they can't know they are aboard. Suddenly the comms come alive with a message from Moff Gigerod, who says that he wants to speak with Commander Sharon, the ISB officer Bev just killed. Melton tells his wife to take the call since the Moff would recognize his voice, being that he is his personal aide, telling her to tell the man the truth. The commander can't talk right now. Bev radios in that Sharon is making her report to Coruscant, making Melton worried since if she's talking to Coruscant right now through comms, the Death Star would be able to intercept that transmission thanks to security protocols. He knows Gigerod is aware that they are lying as the Moff scrambles the TIE fighters. Bev frantically asks how she was meant to know that, but Melton has a plan to get them out of there and send a message to one of the Rebellion contact nodes the Empire sliced, so they can ask for protection in exchange for the information they have. Bev hopes that he hurries since the TIEs are coming in, and she asks if there is anything she can do, so Melton tells her to go and get rid of Sharon's body so the kids don't see, since they're scared enough. On the outer rim planet of Pastil, Tanzigo and Brith receive a transmission of unknown origin that is using the pre-Trailwalk encryption for the Rebellion. Brith thinks that it's part of the fleet lost after Hoth just trying to get back, but Tanzigo thinks it could be an Imperial trick. They listen to Melton's message detailing him and his family as defectors and how they have important information to trade to the Rebellion. Brith is unsure about this, wanting to ask what they want from them. Tanzigo tries to get a message to Melton, learning that they have top secret information about a weapons facility and they need hyperspace coordinates now to get away from the pursuing TIE fighters. The rebels tell Melton that they'll get back to him as he frantically tells them that he has children aboard. The Rebellion gives no reply as the TIEs begin shooting at the shuttle, hitting its engines. Bev knows that the hit took out half their shields, going to check on the kids, as Melton finds some coordinates hidden in the ship's systems. Bev finds that her kids are in the hold as Melton takes them into hyperspace to the pre-planned coordinates. At the Rebel fleet, Lando comes to see the comms officers, telling him he's there to check on Lobot, who's been down in the comms unit doing signal analysis for them, and he just wanted to make sure his friend was okay. He knows that the recent message of the defectors is a trap, telling the officers that their offer of top secret info is too good to be true, and if it isn't true, it's a lie. The officers want to pass it up the chain of command to General Syndulla as Melton takes the damaged shuttle to the river moon of Al-Dolim. As Bev patches up the damage, Melton remembers the Moff telling him about Sharon being on some kind of security tour and the river moon was was her next destination. Bev hopes that there is a place to land since they need to ditch the ship and lie low and maybe find some Crimson Dawn agents who can help them get in touch with the rebellion. Melton takes them into the Imperial excavation site Pasval, but the base's TIEs are sent after them, being put on alert. Melton flips the ship around and tries to escape as Bev uses the shuttle's cannons to target the pursuing TIEs, blowing one out of the sky. Melton finds more coordinates in the systems, but knows his wife won't like where they are headed as he blasts them off into hyperspace. As they sail through hyperspace, Bev can't believe Melton chose their next destination since the Empire clearly want them dead and there is some sort of tracker on their ship, and now Melton has taken them to the worst place possible. Melton doesn't think that there was any choice since the ship was pre-programmed with destinations, and besides, he's been to their destination before and he knows his way around along with Crimson Dawn's people there. He knows they started working for the Dawn since Kira's mission to bring down the Empire was worthwhile and maybe they will still help them. Bev doesn't like that the kids' fates are tied to a long list of maybes, but Melton knows on a planet they are heading to, they can lose themselves amongst the trillions of people there and start new lives. Maybe even Bev can become a bounty hunter since she clearly has skills. Bev asks Melton what he'd do and the man jokes about being a stay-at-home dad with the kids since it's dangerous out there. The shuttle descends on the planet Coruscant as Bev tells her kids that everything will be fine and they'll all be together, telling Irene to watch over his sister Zelly. Melton tells his family that they'll be using the emergency pod, hoping that it will stop the Empire from tracking them, and beyond being shot down, maybe they will survive. He blasts the emergency pod off of the shuttle, taking them into the atmosphere and through the huge megastructures of Coruscant's surface, crash landing on level 2685. Melton disables the pod's emergency beacon, telling his wife to lose her Imperial uniform since they don't want to draw attention, but it's futile since many people have gathered outside of the crashed ship. Bev gathers weapons, knowing that they are good people, so why is this happening to them? But Melton tells her not to take weapons with her since they can't win against the crowd. Melton approaches the crowd, telling them that his family are in trouble and they need help. But the crowd see the authorities descending to their level, telling the family that they have heat on them, so they're on their own. Bev knows that they need to go on the run as at the rebel fleet, General Syndulla details the list of intelligence hits they got since their last briefing, all ordered by their presumed significance. Hera wants to look into the first three which look promising, as someone asks about number 5 and Hera tells them that it was picked up by their comms team and it's regarding defectors who want to sell some classified Imperial weapons data to them. She asks why it stands out and Luke Skywalker says that he's just got a good feeling about it.